Penis! I love one. It's been a while. About a week or so, essentially. I'm back. I'm me. Yeah. Hi. I know what I'm doing. I'm just surprised that everything managed to get it set up and done properly. I'm surprised I actually remembered all that shit. It's amazing what stuff you can forget when you get completely disconnected from your PC for like a week. Really. Yeah. Yeah, there's not actually been a lot going on between last time I played this and now, because I only played one game between this, and this was, God of War. So that does mean, thankfully, because I've not had anything else going on in my mind game-wise, I remember what I was going to do. Which, that's a massive accomplishment for me, because I keep forgetting pretty much everything. So yeah, so my thoughts with this is essentially, I'm going to talk to the woman in the wheelchair again, because she gave us a pen. I want that pen. Because, I need to have something that I can write shit with, and the pencil is probably not going to do the job. And also, I'm going to go and talk to the woman from the very beginning in her hotel room, because I think she might know where my gun is, or she may have seen it. So yeah. And after that, I don't know what we're going to do with it because the investigation. Oh, good God! I just realised something. If I can get my gun back, I could probably try and shoot the guy down from the tree. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We'll catch up on some chat, and then we will go zooming in. Hello, welcome Torian. Friends, gives a bit old hug. I don't know what a bit old hug is. I can only assume because Torian is so tiny that it's a bit of a hug, because they can't manage a full hug because they're teeny tiny. Also, I haven't had the chance to redo my nails the whole time I've been away, because didn't take any nail polish or stuff with me, so that's going to have to get done afterwards. Because those nails aren't looking particularly bad. Those ones are. Those ones are actually looking real bad. Ooh. Hello, welcome Mal. Groovy baby. That's it. Right, so sleepy but child won't take a nap. So Marco, I slapped the English out of you. Well, it's good. If you do that, I'll still have Canadian and various other things, because I'm a bit of a mongrel blood. I mean, a bit I am mongrel blood. Mongrel, not Mongol. Although, to be fair, most likely I am Mongol, at least in part. Coming up with quote 2, fallopian tubes, yep. Welcome DJ Tits. You found a Doom mod that has all Doom games in the RPG in one, called Meta Doom. For all people don't know, has all the weapons, all the enemies, and some of the gameplays in every Doom. Nice. Big phone did a dumb. So, still going with my thing. You can't manage a full hug because you're so tiny. Hello, welcome Mock. Ha ha ha. Premium dad humour there. Right, that's everything caught up. Let's flick over. And oh look, the continue option and the load options are highlighted, which means I have my save file! Haha! I didn't want to do that at the beginning bit again, I really didn't. As much as I love this game, I didn't want to. My good God, that's a fast load. So, okay then. Hello PS5 game. Right, talk to you first.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello, woman tells you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie? Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
The hook on the shotgun doesn't work well in Doom 2, sadly, because you don't go to the enemy, it goes to you. Yeah, I can imagine that. There is a Doom mod out there which does give you a grappling hook. Just can't remember what it is. Maybe I am.
And And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
Oh my god! I don't know, Wink. Maybe I have. Oh, Jesus Christ. So it turns into Scorpion. Pretty much. I had once, Wink twice, but then I lost her. Oh, good God. That one's even worse. No, we're going to go upbeat. Now I'm done with mating rituals this time around.
The mating rituals aren't the good part, sweetie. I know it's none of my business, but you look like you need someone to take care of you.
I've got Kim here for that.
I suppose all of us do it one time or another. I don't know
Start.
what I'd do
It's
without
Disco Elysium.
Morel. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rim so her glasses. She looks up smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your moves with some concern. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
Got to log Legiana hunts for a new weapon. Shrieking or normal? Sharky, hello and welcome with and leg smell. Well, that's a whole different game. That's Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter fucker. Oh, also, there's a new community challenge. Drunk Stream's up. Donate to it so that Fox and I can play Outriders together. Pissed as fuck. Low rank, high rank, master rank, and shrieking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you for your contribution to the Drunk Stream, Sharky. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Kane, for the 14-month resub on a 14-month streak. Jesus fucking Christ. That is pretty much as long as you can actually possibly get it. With the ever-immortal comment of, wee! Although, you know, in a different accent and a different tone of voice, because Kane doesn't sound like me. Which I think he might be kind of glad of. Thank you to Torian and to Kane also for your contributions to the Drunk Stream. It says Torian and one other contributor to the Drunk Stream channel, so I have no idea if that's piling in Sharky, or, you know, does someone else manage to contribute at the same time? It's not giving me the points totals. And thank you, DJ, for your contribution to the Drunk Stream challenge. We're in Revachol.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
You won't believe how often I absorb your accent while listening to you and hear it in my head the entire time. Ha! Wonderful. Dear hello and welcome. No thanks, Sakubuff. That's how now I'm hungry. That's great. Sounds like burrito time. Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ. Same for you as well, Torian. Unlike the cranberries, I'm in your head. Honestly, I know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Bullshit.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used
She
to
probably
rule the
doesn't know
world.
about the
No, it has
the
seen better days.
dead body out back. As poor as she is, as your expression, you must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I did you did your first sub and you only use sub as Mum didn't really like the word Twitch. Weird.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Oh look! I can scroll it and it's not bouncing up or down! Ha ha! Cop. We'll have another cop regime.
Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try it one more time, officer. What mode of government?
Hello, Nia, and thank you for your contribution. Go get drunk, dragon. I will. Don't you worry, I definitely will. The word Twitch used. Weird. I'd like to think it's dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
Yeah, so I get no conversation option to actually say, you know, what the government is.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
Didn't know what to say, I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
There's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense.
I'm leaving!
The status of law enforcement
Bastard!
has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Tier, thank you very much for the 11 months of being Prime subbed. Very much appreciated. Okay, now it works. Cheers, Amazon Prime. Had to explain to why Twitch used wireless to trick people because Twitch was spreading. Well, at least I got those alerts working before I left. Oh look, I just noticed on my overlay, the subs number is back. Yay! It took its fucking time.
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Just want to drop by to say welcome back before heading to Drangleic again. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. No problem at all, Nia. Thank you very much for popping in. It's good to be back, and have yourself a good amount of pain. And thank you for putting on best behaviour before you leave, you wonderful, wonderful person. Oh, it's almost like I've not been gone at all. So yeah, now 10 minutes of, you know, no lewd references and no swearing in a game like this. Oh, great. What's that soundbite? That soundbite is one of the death noises from Wolfenstein 3D. Still talking to the girlfriend, say, you mean still? She has a lot to say.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
That's how I
You
do.
were doing quite well up until the end, dear. It does look like you're
mein
having
Leben.
trouble
Yep.
remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word.
Yeah, the second enemy type you come across in Wolfenstein 3D, when you kill them, they shout mein Leben, which is German for my life. For some weird reason, and it's also the hardest difficulty level in Wolfenstein 2. Which is awful. If you have the Wolfenstein 3D game to Steam. I'm not so sure Wolfenstein 3D ever was on Steam. Speaking in German, I learned a new word, Anti-Bebenpillen. Really? Oh, we've always heard as I'm leaving. Oh. Nope, it's always been mein Leben. But yeah. Yeah, now you've said that, I can hear the similarity.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
Literally birth control.
But maybe
That seems like a
fresh set
troll.
of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
You're not trolling, not this time? Yes, you are. Or you've been trolled. Because the actual German for birth control is Geburtenkontrolle, which is that. So either you were trying to do a very clever ruse, or whoever told you that has trolled you. I'm not bringing up a quote, that's a lot more damage. You're literally trolling. You know, if it's me, then yeah.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
And wow, and then you bring up a quote, yeah, that's a lot of damage. You get that's a lot more damage, and then that's a lot of damage. Ah, yes, the ferocious dragon. Hear him. Meh.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Okay, quote isn't broken.
I'm a
It wasn't broken before. It was just, you know, it brought up quote 11, then quote 6. They just happened to be very similar.
Of course. Then I don't know.
Catchable,
Someone
Mal. Yeah, you do,
rich,
Mal.
maybe?
We're nearly at 600. We're at
people are
599, I think, at the moment.
So I don't know where you would find a wealthy person.
Oh my
in
god, I'm not even going to read that
Martinez.
quote out. Wolfenstein 3 is on Steam. Huh, fair enough. Hope you'd catch up on quick. No, I can't even say that one. How would you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, riding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also cyber sequence killers and foreigners paranatural. Yeah.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
Sounds like you're hopeful in eyes. We'll get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay, so there are no sequence killers in Disco Elysium. There's nothing bad happening in Friar. That quote was from EDF. That one I can certainly say was from EDF. Oh, have I got... Oh yeah, because I've got... So I'll see if that was EDF. Yep. Good old EDF classic. Dry rich person. Rich people are educated. Rich people are not educated. They're usually anything but. And that other quote is also a
Door
classic.
is closed.
Knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the emotion.
The door is closed.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again, much harder.
Still nothing. lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
Leave. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Oh, that's amazing.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
No time to rest yet. Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the...
Yeah. Can't do anything there.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's
I
all
did it
just
my way.
too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens. I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step towards the door like he'd like to leave. Don't blame him. Oh, well in that case then I've got no idea what to do. So I can try talking to Kim, see if he's got any ideas.
Yes?
I just noticed I've got 3 health now. I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Scoo, hello and welcome. Peeking in. Scoo Fox says I peek. Oh! Scoo, wait there for just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. A new plush exists. It's a huge fox. It is a massive fox plush. It's also friggin' adorable. Yup. I thought that'd be around about the kind of reaction I'm getting. Oh, yay! Bollocks! Best favours ever. Yeah. For some reason, some of the mods keep opening Notepad. What?
He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I really don't remember anything. There was drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
I'm afraid it's a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror. I had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
I found Disco Elysium had to go adult. Ooh, ew, adulting. Sorry to hear that, Scoo, but thanks very much for coming in as long as you did. I'll speak to you later. It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred. Nah. It's no good to keep on harping onto it because he doesn't believe me at the moment. Okay then.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Okay,
A
forget it.
moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Can't make the notepad not a notepad, so I can use the mod for Doom. Try and do mods. It should be a .pk3 file if it's a Doom mod. If it's not, then it's weird. If for some reason Notepad is opening the mod files, then you just need to click and drag them onto your Doom launcher. Oh man, there's 40s. What more do you need?
I'm relieved that you agree.
He says then pauses.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Is there anything else? You're about to say something.
Do you know the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
What is a crossword? I know exactly what you mean.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid.
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Oh.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I don't remember being in on anything.
That's good.
Tell me about it.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Yeah, let it go.
Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I know literally nothing about it. I knew what you told me before.
Do you want me to brief you?
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started...
Disco Elysium, the anti-monk.
We cannot allow that.
Yes, of course, yes, I understand everything
Just
now.
to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Actually, I have all in it for now.
Good.
Nothing. Wild Pines. Wait, do I? No, I don't. The pissing competition. Apparently there's a pissing match between Precinct 41 and Precinct 57. Ask him about as if it's expression. So my profile currently, I have no points in Superstar Cop, no points in Apocalypse Cop, 2 in Sorry Cop, 1 in Boring Cop, 2 in Communist, none in Fascist, none in Ultra Liberal, none in Moralist, 4 Good Cop, Bad Cop, no Honour, 3 people killed, 216 cave souls, years in service, 18 years. Okay, so I have my stats now. This guy was... I can finally inspect the bottle. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. into the primordial darkness?
Lieutenant, who is this?
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
Why is he sleeping during the day?
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Well, let's try and wake him up.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Bollocks. Hmm. As the kids wouldn't hold the world weight of a grown man. I'd really like to get behind there. See if I can. See if there's a little way around I can get. This way. Because a road's a pistol and half-naked dame let's cover. Oh. It's one of those novels.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Keep us like we got a construction code violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Okay, so I just got welcome to the chat room as if my connection just blipped. If that is the case, welcome back everyone. I didn't even know that something had gone. I've not got any drop frames either. And, you know, I've still been live for the same amount of time, so I've got no idea. No clue. Oh, I suppose yes, we shall. View. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to my approach. Okay. Ah! Come on, let me go in there. There we go.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall?
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
Oh well.
So many walls all over Martinaise. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Oh! Magnesium! And some money. So that weird. Garden hoses won't be of use until the snow melts. Balcony with view to the yard and the hanging. Oh. Chairs and table used by rain and rot. These barrels are half full of rainwater. That smoke up there could be a witness. Talk to him. Thought as much. Just close the door, but you look at it suspiciously. Yoink. Orange bum hat. I have a bum hat. Orange beanie with a couple of big ass holes on the side. It looks like it may have been used as a mask during armed robbery. Increases reaction speed, decreases rhetoric from bum brain. So is bum brain the precursor to poo brain? That's all I'm taking from this.
There must be another way into the building.
Yeah, there has to be, but how? Why do you need a hat for your
You
bum?
see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold shook hands are buttoned on his frame. No trouble for me, I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
As to the officer, when life loses a door, blow up a wall.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you just in his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
So you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look,
Looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets, the old patio chairs, and dead house plants. All the neighbouring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's bollocks.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Scans the courtyard. Silent like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured and reflected back. Well, I've got nothing from him.
No.
We'll talk later.
We won't.
Takes one last drag of a cigarette before stubbing out on the snow balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Let's try convincing him to stay.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains.
Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet somewhere else again somewhere?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding. There's snow gathering on his hair and on his shoulders. A speckle of white against the purple that hangs loose on his slender frame.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends a cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door.
Oh.
It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. Oh, I did a thing! Ha ha!
He's gone.
Well, I should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend.
I did it good.
Either way,
I did it
we
good.
need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
His head nods towards a small rock and a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Great, let's do that.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Itchy now. Turn it over.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for
Thank
the
you.
front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Put the stone back. Which notices missing pets plastered on top of each other. Boxes filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Flip up glasses. The Auditor. +1 logic balancing the books. -1 authority. Filthy hobo, probably a narcomaniac. These flip-up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have since lost their popularity. Their thin gold alloy wire frames are a reminder of drug-addled bohemian artists. That these days, the glasses are often favoured by organised crime accountants who desire to look cool. Ah. So me. Old shoe rack. Books. Boots, sneakers and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Communal bathroom. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Ew. Money! I got more money. I now have a single real. Ah! Only 129 more to go. Oh my god. Breaker boxes full of cigarette butts and electric wires. So he went upstairs from here. He went up. More money! Woohoo! Let's go for his apartment number. Wait. Oh, wait, so wait. Okay. No, let me go into that. There we go. Didn't realise I could do both. Really didn't realise I could do both. Oh well, whoops. Yeah, let's go back in and see that. What did he do 130 real for? To pay for my room so I have somewhere to sleep tonight. Someone's drawn a 5-point star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Let's put the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
When was this set? Why is everything communist? 1950s. So this is 1951 at the moment. It's also slightly sci-fi-ish for the time because the motorcade that I've got is definitely not a 1950s motorcade. Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall.
Okay, so that's a communist place. Postcard, Boogie Street 46. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from the canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass. Lovely. More money! Okay, so we got a person there. Graffitio says, a firing squad for the rich. Shoot the rich. No, it reads, foreclosed by Martinez Reality Associates. Sea blow looks like cold and winter grey. Someone has torn down the wall. More money. And some magnesium. Oh, Nussafed. No grocery list on the table. And checks. Weird. Pre-dialogue options begin with hold on or wait to gain additional information before the conversation moves on. Ah. Bobby, hello, welcome. Martinez. Yeah. It's a really obviously fake name. Is it just me or does that look like blood? That looks a lot like blood. Above, tarps flap in the wind, forgotten hammers and nails rust. I have 4 reals now. Actually, let me. Yeah, I'm going through this. I wasn't expecting it to. Oops. Oh, this doesn't seem good at all. Someone's been sleeping here recently. The girl outside, maybe, has a lot of money. It was basically £2.25. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Ugh. Poor Lahom labourer jeans. I'm sorry, what? I just pulled jeans out of a furnace. Electrochemistry. God arse. Reaction speed -1 hindsight. So what am I currently got online? Savior Fair is down. Electrochemistry. Oh, good God. Putting those on. Those are much better.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand
not too
enters
bad.
the pocket,
What will you be
fingers
getting?
brush against something.
Oh, yes.
Soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
It's the kind of chewing gum that came out of my ledger. That's what that is. Interact. Apricot chewing gum wrapper. Gleaming chewing gum wrapper found in the pocket of labourer jeans. It gives us an ever-present sense of health. Your mouth starts watering.
There it is again.
I haven't had coffee
the
yet.
Scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow.
Wait, Grun, hello and welcome.
like a
Writing
glow.
fruity juice of apricots, should I be
breath
concerned?
you take.
It's fine. It's chewing gum. It's fine,
Whatever
for now.
petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar.
Yes. Ancient
Yes,
temple.
from the height of antiquity. A long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment,
Given the rate, I think you can understand my confusion.
seems
Oh yeah,
to increase dramatically.
definitely
and
can.
You are rich.
Hence why, you know, had to clarify.
There is a movement next to you. The shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Wait, come back.
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Put the wrapper away. Ooh. So that was a thing. Some nice new jeans out of it as well. That, you know, no longer are piss stained and cum stained. No longer someone's party pants. Right, so let's talk to you.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
You'll go getting too sleepy, no problem at all, Mock. Thanks for coming as long as you did, and see you later.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Just want your name, little lady. No need to get defensive. Some of the other points of this game is on the whole too trippy for my taste. No problem at all. It really is. So excited for the art stream, even though I don't know when it'll happen.
And here
It
I
will
was,
at some point.
trying
I
to
still
be
need to
polite.
test
Just can't win with you.
this
pigs.
thing, but that should work. But yeah, I'll see what Bowser's organising it. Can't play this electric thing. Oh, good God. Thank you, Woodgun, for your contribution to the Drunk Stream Challenge.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Shows the wall slightly pensive. She didn't know what to write.
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home, and Mona was here.
We're trying for the whole day. Yes.
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cabs. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
I have an opinion on this. You want to hear it?
Yeah?
Actually, I don't have an opinion, I lied.
Lying is cool, I guess.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
That sounds so wrong!
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Fuel's bad for you, okay?
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
Do you know anything about the recent... Actually, no. Is that better than the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess I'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Cool. I have other questions.
Shoot, piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Imagine some things.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
No, I've got eyes in me. These things are inside me, not on me. That'd be really freaky. Let's go and have a look at what this great thingy is. I'm guessing there's not going to be any way to open it. Door's locked, you can't get in. Chair's new. Someone lives back there. Haha. if I go out this way, I'll be going up below the balcony I was just on. Might be something there. Set the frame of motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. Capeside Apartments. Distinctly is roundabout north. Okay. Oh right, I see. It's just yeah, okay. Oh, some things there. There was more construction here once, decades ago. Bit sound glitchy there. Document reserved for residents of Rue St. Ghislain 33A. There, this boat shines like it was recently painted. And in here we have... Yay! More magnesium. Having plans for a day and then the day starts slightly off and you end up doing nothing, just like today. Yeah, I know that feeling, Woodgren. It's awful. I'm sorry to hear that's happened to you. Oh, just so like that can ruin an entire day. See, I don't think she's going to be helpful. As much as I'd like to talk to her, I don't think she's going to be all that helpful. No, that's just going to open up into Okay, let's go out to the balcony and go upstairs to where the purple guy went. Because he walked away that way. He didn't go back into the building. He walked that way. Further out onto the balcony. So I'm just going rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Just a door, nothing for you here right now. 28, a door to be remembered. This is farm to door 29. Complete silence, whoever lives here isn't home. Like that, yeah. So bought before. Voices from within, sing along to some buoyant dance track. So I'm going to say from that this is the apartment I need. It's just I need to get someone to tell me that's the apartment I need. Or it's the one across there. So basically I've got to get told where he lives before I can go there. Rosemary and Thyme, Scarborough Fair fans. Quite possibly. This game is full of musical references. Door number 9 is locked. Apartment 8, their mailbox is overflowing. I'll have a talk to her then.
A moment.
Elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to have difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sees into a dirty handkerchief. You're right, should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoke on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Shuts the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Thanks. I'm off. Yay! Wait, did I get another inner thought? I did, didn't I? Oh. I've caught sharing yum sensitive one. Oh, as well. Internalize all those. Okay, so let's have a look at this one, because this one actually was a... Oh, 12. Loud rumbling snore comes from within. That's my house.
Yes?
Nothing. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to. On the way down, on the way on my holiday, I was sitting on the train. I thought, you know, it's fine. I'm just going to close my eyes for a little bit. Next thing I know, I woke myself up with my own snoring. It's like,
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
Knock.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
But we just saw him go back in there.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
What do you
The
mean?
smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory. Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Why not tonight at 9 p.m?
Tomorrow.
Sounds
9
good, tomorrow,
p.m.,
9 p.m.
Right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today.
I don't get it. He walked over. What? I've been on a train in years. Nor have I, honestly. And then I've just been on 7 in the past week. See a container you can't open, equip a pry bar. There's a fair few containers I've just seen that I couldn't open. To Kim's car for the pry bar. That rhymed. Try talking to her, but I don't think it's going to... No, it's not going to do anything good at all. Don't know what good's going to be gotten from going into those locked doors anyway. The ad reads broke window. Tibbs has windows.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Any train traffic that passes by here is a tourist train in the summer. If one wants more than that, one has to spend about 2 hours in the car first. Ugh.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Kuno.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Should we focus the background?
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
You have a bag in your hand, perhaps you can collect these bottles and sell them.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Evard Claire, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can't we do something about it?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Leave. Save my money for now. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Oh, there's something over here. Spotted bullet holes on the wall.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Look closer first.
Faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Kim, look, bullet holes.
Where?
Point chips on the wall. Someone's been shot. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
What do you mean old?
These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Well then.
We should focus on present crimes, from the present century.
I got a bag! I know there's another bin as well with some bottles in it. This one. I have bottles. I have no idea what that does, but I have bottles.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Fuck you, mail delivery box. Good mail delivery box. Pat the box.
The box seems happy.
Oh yeah, there's the VOD title already. Making a box happy.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel your mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
Healed morale damage for doing that. What the fuck is this game?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Oh. A trip. Yeah. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement, like an eggshell. Crack, crack. So the plastic bag has Freet written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. You crack it open and multi gust of air fills the interface. Smells like yeast and beer, perfect place to tear. Joining the operated views has been banged up inoperable. Things I've seen and said. Fair.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling, her nose is red from the cold. I am the law! Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Girl gazes at the window. Suddenly jots her eyes wide if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
Should know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Okay, bye. See you around the net. Sarah, hello and welcome. Well, I hope you got your break. Yes, I did. I did. Thank you very much. It's good to be back and see people again. And thank you for the hydration reminder. Although when I just shook my arms like that, both my biceps felt like... they were aching after some heavy exercise yesterday. But I realised I was dragging a case full of books, consoles and games through London yesterday. That would have done it. With that. Why have I got 3 messages?
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Fun. Old school's mainly tucked away in a dark corner. As a kid, never go anywhere without my security box of books. Yeah, this was basically I went to my parents, and my parents had got a lot of my stuff in storage there, so I was sorting through it to find out what's actually there, and also bringing some of it back.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine a strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
You travel life, go ask someone to easy on a gym bag and laptop. Have stuff I carrying over to like almost 11 and even then school says it's in your backpack. Aww. I mean, I went down with this. I came back with that and a case. But in there's also some extra things I didn't take with me, like consoles, as in a Nintendo DS, a Game Boy Advance, and a PSP. Because I get hold of some of my retro consoles, including also, which is still my parents', my SNES and my N64. So, I brought my PS2 back with me, along with the only PS2 games that I had there, which were Okami, Silent Hill Origins, which I completely forgot even existed, and the Silent Hill Collection. And a mountain of PlayStation 1 games.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Ignore the curtains for now.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
I'm also cramming everything I own into my car for moving in and out of the dorms. I did that when I moved down here from up north. Crammed everything I had into one car. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Giant quaint picture book brochure, very colourful.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
That's a display of
Browsing
books.
through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
If one or two of those PS1s are secured in 1 or 2, you're a lucky one. I do not. I've never
Suddenly,
owned any of the Suikoden games, I'm
a particularly
afraid.
odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
Though I do, for some weird reason, have 2 copies of both Legacy of Kain Blood Omen and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Don't know why I've got 2 copies of each of those, but I do. And I've also got a box of Silent Hill, but Silent Hill isn't in it, which is annoying.
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between 2 of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Jesus.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands.
Life photos of Eugene were exciting to have a passionate love affair with your biographer, the autobiographer.
On Channel
Yeah?
8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
Okay, let's see if you can back out of this. Can I? I can't back out of this. Bollocks.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Leave.
Several
Weird.
maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look, map of Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Imagine there's worth $100 and $200 respectively. Jesus.
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you.
The edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are.
Let's go to the coastline place near Tan.
Gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Why did I come back?
Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
Okay, the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west of the river?
Houdon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
Look at the map of Martiniers.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
I have 4 reals. I'm not gonna try and buy that or anything because I'm very certain I can't afford any of it.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Yeah. Although this, what's this? Another boring book just discarded here. Oh, fair enough. Oh, hang on. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Oh, that's something in there. Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Curious pendant you're wearing?
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
Read a chem book on adhesives, or you can put it down. Oh my good god. I drank 2 litres of brake fluid. I can stop whenever I want. She clutches the power and narrows her eyes at the well. So I own a complete version of Suikoden 2 is currently on sale for $12,000 on eBay. Used one's currently 300 raids. Jesus Christ. Read a book about gravity. It was alright. Let's try it. Before we go on, you seem to be off. Can you give me some money? There will be opportunity moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
I tried. Read a book on insomnia. It kept me up all night.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Excuse me, I don't even know why I said that. Lapse of profession that does not represent my values.
Oh my, of course. What a man.
I read a book about narcolepsy. It was... It's all movie about prison life as pure escapism. Sorry, it's been a week. I have to get these out of my system because my roommate will only put up with so many. Ha! I think Meta Doom needs Doom 1, not Doom 2. This is why I have both. And Hex and Heretic. The only thing that I have with that doesn't support that GZ Doom supports but I don't have is Strife. Powerful Feudal Laws is an option, you didn't pick it. Yeah. So you're the owner of this store.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high pitched, to give it more penetration. Your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
5. Felt some interest.
I guess it's better than nothing. She'll have to try harder next time.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children.
I wish
It's
you not be a
none of
mother. I
your
wholly
or
agree.
anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Okay, let's change the
The
subject.
woman before you scans the store.
Farewell for now, book peddler.
Sure.
Can I write her up? Can I give her a citation for being a shit person? She's worse than the count. She is. I'm going to go in her back room. I
The
don't give a
curtains,
fuck.
tattered with age.
Pull them
and
open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around the pen. The feelings of the pleading to talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Ma'am, it's different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Oh! Don't think even my woman would gone that far. So I'll just say I'm cop, so if I got, I kind of just did. What's that? Self-obstruction of justice.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything
Oh, she reads them with
extreme.
clean one.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Right, fine. Let's talk to her about the curtains. And if she doesn't give me a satisfactory answer, I'm just going to go and rip them open.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it?
It's just for decoration.
She waves under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight smile, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes. I've contacted numerous
So
parapsychologists.
she saw her employees there.
And even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She knows a strange trade like trinkets on the
The
curtains.
wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the walls as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Doesn't work.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
A 15% boost of nothing is still nothing, though.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Why don't you just tell me right away about this curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Void wraiths, you have new words. That's amazing. How does this curse manifest itself?
Curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
shiver on through his woman as she looks around and dimly looks store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Yeah, I'm confused. What does that mean?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence.
She's a shrink or an
as
exorcist.
if I was
Preferably both.
unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Don't mention it.
She nudges her glasses, anxious and tense.
Would you like me to take the case? I can investigate to see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Oh my good god. -1 gave you smart-ass parenting advice. Convince us to let you ingest it in the commercial area.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I've returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives.
You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I'm really torn as to which one I should pick here. My inner punmeister wants me to pick number 2 for drinking the spirits to contact the void. Or, I admit I've had my share of drinks only because the spectrum is parapsychologically taxing. Game wants number 2. Yeah, screw it. Screw it. You see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void.
How do you know all this?
Oh my god, it's actually working. It actually worked!
Here we go.
Oh my god, I am the Void Revenant! What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that one's a bit too far, I think. Your wards have brought me here in the first place. The Seminese blood also runs through me.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us.
It also worked.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe?
Just woke up by a
I
fact.
can't allow any collateral damage to hit
Void
us.
Revenant will likely feel about the same. It seemed a bit too overdramatic. No problems whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honour.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity, for I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace.
You see me on that spinning? I'm not surprised.
Metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there.
Oh my god. Thanks for coming as long as you did, Woodgren. Have a good time in de-spinning your brain. Slay as batshit crazy as she is.
Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building.
Oh my
What is the
god.
source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it.
Oh my god, it
Oh,
actually
and
all
Do
worked.
return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say
Oh
about
god,
the
excuse
curse.
me.
What you discover in there.
Frontal cortex is being microwaved.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Farewell for now, book peddler. For goodness sakes, me, I just woke up without shouting. I am the Void Revenant!
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way.
Pull the curtains open!
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Well, this is a thing. That's the thumbnail for sure. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. Oh my god, hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Me looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. What the fuck? Oh, I could only need 2 weapons. I had to kill another Palumu. Yeah. Palumus I tend to take the bow for because, you know, oh, I'm going to go flap flaps. So I don't care, I'm still going to shoot you. Because you're not throwing it towards the light. You're ready right now.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Pain threshold!
If not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Unlock the door with a key.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open the door and enter. I'm just waiting for the "you died" symbol now. It's a gym. Oh, Kim wants to say something.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
Draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's get the flashlight
The
then.
lieutenant nods.
Did not take? I no, I haven't gone into the tool books in his Kanema. Bollocks! I did that last time though. Okay, so what's I going to do? I need my tools. It's been pretty. It really is, and also short-lived because my good god, PlayStation 5 loads fast.
A set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pull out the pull-out
A
toolbox.
metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the hand crank
It's
flashlight.
robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Take the pry bar just in
The
case.
pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Take the rubber-handled chain cutters.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Pushing the pull-out
Pull out
toolbox.
toolbox, slides back.
Close the door. I wonder if I can use the chain cutters to cut the belt to let this corpse down. That's the thing. Okay, so I've got my tools. I can go back in, go into the gym, and use a flashlight. Cool, flashlight. There. Equip flashlights in low light areas. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Shot put ball. Poster says Cetus Fortis. The rest is worn off.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? That should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't.
Before we go, get ready to help. Same probably Ed's food is broken, so you're going to need to get him food at dinner for it. Jesus. It's not good at all. Yeah, no problem at all, Poppy. Leave. Legendary. Leave. Why not war bars? They look unsafe. Unsafe is my middle name. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. Did you hear there was an explosion at the French cheese factory? There's nothing left but debris. Large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. It's actually kind of spooky. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. It's a very spooky place. God, imagine if they did this in first person. I would nope out so fast. Oh. Hey Kipper, look! It's been a week! I haven't seen you all this time! Oh, Kipper, my best anyway. Just kidding, go fuck yourself! Yeet! Haha! Oh, that was cathartic. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow colour.
This appears to be
Well,
some kind of
nicely
machine
done.
with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
You upgrade your leg answer or
A radio
nice.
computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn on the
The
machine.
machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Play.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
Leave. Okay, so it's missing a part, clearly.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
No, they don't. Alien noises.
The
Beep
whole
boop.
thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Cadron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open. studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9.
Doctor's trying to call
Some
you from
written
his
notes,
first.
too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're doing something medical here.
I think so. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Oh, it's not Paluma webbing you need, it's Paluma wings. Oh. Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
That's the game then, who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why'd you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing.
Gothic,
It's
hello and
just
welcome.
lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings.
With the weapon
have
these
been
low-rank
pinned to the
Legiana
board.
pieces, these high-rank Paluma pieces. Yeah, it's weird. I think the Legiana lance is the exact same way. Let's make the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins casting wax-based magic.
I've stumbled across a D&D group. I've stumbled across this game's equivalent of a D&D group.
Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even
fuck?
ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Some in the Welkiness is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
It's the racist elves.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Oh, that's bad education. Let's move on from
Just
the
look at
Welkins.
the details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Expect the
The
photos.
photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great
This is high up
mammoth-like
from Skyrim.
beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Expect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50, Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading what happened.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the
The
notes.
handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
Well, that's something. Blue Velvet soft to the touch, moth bitten. Kim wants to say something.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
So you under kind of counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
What do you think happens to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Someone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Well, it's going lolly. Well, this will keep you company. Let's finish
It's
it.
too late for that, I'm afraid.
Says looking at the toilet room, the pipes are how a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Yay! So Kim likes role-playing games. More money! Ha ha ha! Seas with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steve Rosa Blaze bearing a slipstream logo. Okay. Production skill. Ah, the filament memory. Ah ha ha! That's the thing it said, you know, to check. What's in here? Oh, more stairs heading upwards. There's also a door over here. Scribbled across the notebook. Developers the most advanced RPG in the universe. Okay. So is it a tool or is it an item? It's an item. All use of playing shot put. A favourite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this to make good use of it. Such beautiful old sports equipment would be a sin. Ah. Cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hands. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side of its production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering.
So the
Like a
production
smooth
schedule.
draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's play again.
Bar of fabric right above the keyboard.
Lydia, hello and welcome. Boo.
Soft
Ah!
hum. The sound of
You're playing the
static
RPG they
seeps
made.
through the machine's planar.
That was kind of my thinking, yeah.
Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Jesus! Lydia, thank you very much for the 9-month resub. And for making sure that my heart works. Jesus. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Christ almighty. What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Alright, thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of...
I'll go back. Can't hear anything. Connection mobile side. Oh shit.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
Here, flip through a catalogue before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalogue says.
That's not bad.
What's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework.
Print.
Nothing happens.
Box. Okay, so I need to get the password before I can go further with that. Oh! A door led me out. I thought it would lead me deeper in, but no, I have found a little way out. What the bastard hell is that? It's a fridge. Walk up to it's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Smear your hands with coal. Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
Not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
No, I'm not gonna yell hello into the furnace. You want a mini fridge like that? What's this, like a big old bear? I mean, yeah, I would do.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is that thing? It's like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
I love that it's called Ice Bear Fridge. Look inside the
The
refrigerator.
shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take a note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
You've acquired an interactable item.
I know.
Investigate this item
Examine one of the
further.
ice cream
A
wrappers.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
What's the red snake here from the
The
fridge?
fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Close the door.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Bonuses. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psi. Yes. Accept. Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ. So that's what the curse must be. They're losing money because they're spending so much on electricity because it's damn ice fridge. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Flashlight caster engineer. There's a hidden doorway here. Ah. 2 rusty rifles hid above the piping. They're looking operable.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect them.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
An old Bell McGar from the Revolution, no 10 nods with approval. His eyes are gleaming. Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
I want it.
He
I want.
likes this find.
Yay. Someone starts busting guns beneath the ceiling. Is there anything else I can do with that?
A few bricks have fallen off.
No. Some more stuff here. Froze ice cream maker. It's still running! Yay! More healing and more stuff.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Yeah, I'm wondering that now. And while I was running to the breaker box. Insane mesh tank top. Oh no. Oh no. +1 drama for being clinically insane. Where did you get that one? No, really. Who put that in the drawer? No further comments. Wear at your own risk. Oh God. Oh God. No. Let me add just a lot more. 119 more now. Hey! Money on the floor. Cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Need to pass time, buy a book, reading passes time quickly. Ah, okay. Okay. That and finding a bench. Oh, I finally got through here. I'm going to unplug these.
2 cables are plugged. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Leave. Actually, I'm going to go plug the black one in just in case that the ice cream machine needed to be there.
Both cables are on. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Yeah, so this thing here is on. The fridge, however, currently is not.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Good. Hopefully that will lift the curse. Hopefully. Oh, I'm at 11.99 Real. Really?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Leave for now. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Postcard, La Delta 51. Okay, that's kind of close. Working Belmont Fage Pass, it's 4-shot bottle miniature rifle with wooden frame. $3.90 sale price, that's not great. Sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes, overhead the ghost of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist. Vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postage is prepaid. Handwritten note from the fridge. Handwritten notes you found from the giant ice bear fridge. Still bears some marks from the future kitchen. Magnets who refused to search
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Soif.
Wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe I had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Who's the little ginger kid?
Some local miscreants, probably. There are tons of them running
Yeah,
around
it'll be
Martinez,
Kuno.
ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch our junior officers to deal with them.
Any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
It's filament rendering.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Put that away. Okay, we learned something there. Well, let's open up this door to reveal the entity.
As before, an iron safety curtain. This is direct,
Not
not an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knocking it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
What the fuck?
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we can try yelling into the furnace downstairs.
Your hand hurts now. I love it. I love it. Oh, wow.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Voice of her, maybe it's the malignant entity plays us as
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected, but malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Yell hello into the furnace.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Human's voice.
you've awakened the entity.
Hello, you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Did it. Tries to knock even harder. I think I'd break my fist if I tried that. Landrosel, hello and welcome. Spooky. It's real spooky. Trays full of dice, colourful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Maths click clack rocks. She didn't hear someone banging on the door. Yeah, I don't know either.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Burlap woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
There you are.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
You have me confused on else. I haven't been knocking on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
What's the dice you found, Torian? Ha ha ha! I did. Who I'm fairly certain has fallen asleep at this point in time.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer. I need to ask some questions.
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
What do you know about the man who's lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about a dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
And never took your eyes off your work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession. making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She sort of tried to come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
So you thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still some signs of coal black soot here and there. Don't need that shrieky now for the Stark wings. Ah ha ha ha! Best of luck.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They
Dice,
weren't a big
dice.
hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Welcome back, Dorian.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? Customers should have more been open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
Okay, so the witch in the chimney is a dice maker. The curse is most like the bear fridge still running from before. Funny him. Does off because the kid fell late. Also, what happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who is Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
How that community project worked out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieu. Who would have guessed?
Lovely.
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about debris, but what's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
She's very knowledgeable. She is. Someone who makes stuffed animals. I saw mounts lying about.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
Ah!
Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had any rights. Or activists.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
What the fuck?
And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Well, it deserves me, because of beetle wings is a terrible idea.
At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
She shifts in her simple workwear shirt.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Maybe the curse is just straight bad luck. Could be.
Anything else?
Just the rotor blades and skis.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her hand on her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting what these transmissions say.
The usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
That's what I wanted before she sees Lieutenant's face behind her.
Men like that are a curse.
Lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47.
4 years ago.
I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Could stab someone with them.
They were just the props. Why return them?
Oh, strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
Jeez. Machine alive, thank you very much for the follow and for scaring the living crap out of me.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
Yep. Oh.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks to the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Oh, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Hurries onto the shelves full of die prototypes and discarded models.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
There's a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
I'm worried.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Well, they expect 20 cents per hour as dogs pay. I'm surprised they show up to work at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bell was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I killed the bear.
You did what?
She wants to double check and excuse you, unsure whether you heard you right. I unplugged the fridge to help Fresh Ice City cut their losses.
Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the berries costing them money. The taxidermist who made it seem was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Megatherion, oh my god. Oh my god.
Sounds cool.
Megatherion?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Regular guys hanging around shrieking, oh good god, that's
The
gonna be
horrific
fun.
necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Crowing that time, I will not now, you beast. I don't do drugs.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams and swirls in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
Ah,
I've
Chad,
been here for a
questions.
long time. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one that sent me. She's convinced the plane is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. Hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own door to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Oh, and the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customers are trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
She sighs looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Can't spell malice without ice. Oh, Malcolm Pokey.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we could see.
Why hasn't her business failed? Let's go for it. It's 3%, but let's try anyway.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Oh, no! No! No, I'm not going to do that. No, 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 no. Leave it at that.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
We'll leave. It's okay, the So there really isn't anything else. Don't know what the password is for that yet, though. That's the only other thing. Although there is the other filaments.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it. If you didn't pull my right, you could pass that check. Yeah.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same
Yeah, I agree.
Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
The question is which they start with and which they pivot to.
That's a good question.
So induced by imagination, yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
Well, that was interesting yet brief. Oh. Right, let's go and turn off the ice cream maker and get the thing out of it. Oh, I have a skill point. Let's go for that.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Leave.
Only the black cable is plugged into the breaker
Unplug
box.
that.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Don't know why I unplugged it. I don't think
The
that reason.
lieutenant raises his...
Because inside here,
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
try to crack up
hand.
the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Thank you, tutorial. Okay, let's ledger of failure and hatred. Let's unequip that. Equip the pry bar.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. The ice squeaks beneath
Bollocks.
the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Leave. And put that back in hand. Well, seems there doesn't seem to be anything else we can do in here, so... Equip the pry bar from your inventory! Yeah, only told me to do that twice. 3 times if you include things like your own. Maybe a pry bar would be helpful here. Okay, I can unequip the flashlight as well. Oh dear. Oh no, I need to go and talk to the woman about the curse thing. See, if I was the woman, I'd be like, you know, I went into the back room and was like, how did you get in the front door?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there?
Looking for the right expression.
Sarcophagus.
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
Shakes her head.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, Mum, I felt her aura that she's not the one to blame for the curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Not dramatic enough.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
She says there is no curse because there's too many inconsistencies.
Too many inconsistencies? What kind of talk is that?
Woman scoffs you with an audible snort.
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Farewell for now, book peddler. I got 70 experience of that. Even though I screwed up at the end, I still got 70 experience. Not complaining. Definitely not complaining. Just have no idea what to do now. Oh yeah. See if I can use the bolt cutters to cut the body down. It does say they've got quite long handles, so yeah, I may try. Might try it. May try. Controls. That's not long handled in the slightest.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Don't know why. Wonder if I can grip the pry bar and get into here.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
No, apparently not. I've really got no idea what to do next then. Goes from Laurie haphazardly to the surroundings. Space with Lesson, thank you very much for the follow. That was scaring me as well. I think we're good. Just take the money off the ground and... Ah! Keep reading as domestic. One thing's for sure, I can stop running around with a the hell in my hand. What's this guy?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Man must himself accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo.
This is very domestic.
Days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So long you've been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So he was here around the time of the murder.
So tell me, what do you need?
Anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind the hostel over there?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Wasting time keeping busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Alright, never mind them.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't know about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? Forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you.
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Good for now, good talk.
Be a stranger.
Just salute 2 fingers. Oh, there's a place in the Welling Rags that's actually open now, remember? Because it said it opened at 16, so you can have a look in that. Mostly I'm really confused though. Dishes are dry and smell of chemicals and pine trees. An aroma of spices, alcohol and tomato hangs in the air.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Hello sir, got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Don't think anything else to say masculine. Let's go through the door then.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
Yes, I mean side investigation.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Oh, and Gart just loves me.
Can I help you?
Since I hear of the whirling Gart, I think I need to talk about.
What thing?
Some mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
I'll just fingers crossed counter check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. What?
So that's what it's all about.
You feel like you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Bye. Bolt cutters.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent...
Push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Oh, unless...
You see a heavy...
No. Oh, that's not the way it's going to work then. Let's go upstairs see if that woman's ready to talk and, has stopped showering by now. See if she knows anything about the gun or the key. Is there anything else in my room? No, there is not.
The door is closed.
Knock again, much harder?
Still nothing.
No.
The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
I actually want to try the handle.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Or from the inside. Okay, let's see if I can go on and around. I doubt it. I'm slightly worried because she's been in there for quite a while now. No, there is supposed to be a way to get up to the roof. Honestly, I think it won't, it's not all that much time left on the stream, and I don't want to, get into anything else and get dragged into running over. So that is where I'm going to be leaving it for today. So, thank you all very much for coming along. It's been interesting. I've gone back to streaming after being off for a week, and it's good to be back. Let's see. Still loving that game, really am. Slightly stuck in it, but I think I just need to explore around and find some more leads and clues and something, you know, just find other things to do. Yeah. Anyway, so next stream for me is going to be tonight at 1 AM BST, where I'll be going back to God of War and doing the Muspelheim trials. I only need to do 3 of the impossible ones and then finish the final one, and then that will be it, and then we move on to Niflheim. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be painful, but you know, still would rather do those than hunt down the Valkyries, which I'm going to do afterwards. But still, that's gonna be tricky. However, before don't know why I said before. So, until that time, thank you again very much for coming along. Your support is infinitely appreciated. Until next time, have yourselves a good rest of your evening, a good day, a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone is for you. Until next time though, stay safe and see you later. Bye.